dugsiga boardingka iyo maalinlaha ah ee Amano Boarding and Day School.
Welcome to our lesson. Today, my name is Teacher Eric. I will take you through revision. As you know, you have exams this coming week, and therefore I'm going to take you through the timetable, what you'll be having on which day, and then later on I'm going to take you through the topics, each chapter, and what you expect, because as a school we expect you to revise for your exams, and as you revise I'll tell you the areas from which the exam is going to be set, and as a student now it is your role, it is your responsibility to try and revise, to go through those areas. So as you can see here on our screen, the examination starts on 6th and goes through up to the 20th of June. So each day there is an exam, and on the following day it's time for you to revise. So like here, English is on 6th June, and on the following day you'll be revising for social studies exam. So as you do an exam on one day, you'll skip a day for revision. So the examination will not be a continuation like every day, no. So with social studies, as you can see, is on 8th. So it means that the previous day we expect you to have revised. The exam ends on 20th with Arabic, and therefore the previous day you ought to have revised and ready for the exam. Now, moving ahead here, so revising for Cycle 2 exams. Remember, we gave you Cycle 1, we also gave you your report cards. There are some chapters to be covered that we shall expect you to revise as you wait for your exams. The first chapter, the early people, which we did in the first term. Under that, you will expect questions on the origin of human beings, how the early people got food and even shelter. You remember we talked about that, where they lived in caves and also sometimes on top of trees. You'll also look at how the early people made clothes and how they discovered fire. You remember that, while rubbing two sticks together. Then also there's domestication of animals. The first animal to be domesticated, we said, we already looked at it, the dog. There is also farming and hunting among the early people. Tools that the early people used for hunting. Remember that we said we looked at spears and axe, we looked at stones, all those tools. Then there is also barter trade and camel caravan trade among the early people. We looked at where the early traders came from, the Arabian and the Persian traders, how they came to Somaliland. Now, the second chapter is about the people of our district, and under the people of our district, you can see here we have law and order in our district. We looked at the people who help to keep law and order. Remember that we said the police force, the police help to keep law and order. Then there was also the traditional leaders and traditional law, how traditional leaders help to keep law and order, how they help to maintain peace. We also looked at religious leaders and their roles, the sheikhs and the imams, what they do, how they help people to learn Islam and how they help people to live in peace. We also looked at population, so you expect questions to come to be asked about population, the meaning of population, the two types of population. You remember densely populated areas and sparsely populated areas. Places where there are few people, we said sparsely populated areas. We also looked at water and soil in the district, the uses of soil in the district, because farmers in our district need good soils to do farming, to grow crops, and including examples of the crops that they grow in the district. So you expect questions from that area. We are going to ask questions from these subtopics here. We also have ports and towns in the district, and also nomads and farming districts, together with small industries. You remember we talked about the bread industry, the fish industry, all those small industries, water industry, all those small industries, and how they make goods, they make things from raw material. Then again, class, we also looked at social activities in the district, and therefore you expect questions about that. Now, social activities in the district, we shall be asking about cooperation. Remember, we talked about cooperation, meaning working together. Cooperation itself means working together. We looked at that. And we also looked at things that people should cooperate about. We should cooperate about sports. We looked at trade, education. So all those are things that people should cooperate about. Then we also looked at coronation. Coronation, we said, is a ceremony, a celebration that was done for the traditional nomadic leaders. Whenever they choose a leader, there was actually like a celebration, a party, a big party that was organized by traditional nomadic people, those communities. Now, this coronation, these leaders who were given some gifts, they prayed for them. It was a very big celebration. So it is coronation that we looked at. Then also here we have distance between regions. We have the Maroodi region and Awdal region. We also looked at the districts, how many districts there are, and also the headquarters of Awdal, we said the Borama, and Maroodi, we said Hargeisa. So all those we learned, and I'll be asking questions from there. Then social matters, we looked at our region. Then the governor is in charge of a region. Regional Development Committee and taxes for the community. We said that the government get the money from taxes. They tax people, they get money from the people, then they use this money to build schools, roads, markets, and other things. Then lastly, here we shall be looking at also weather and climate changes, how to measure rainfall using a rain gauge. And a rain gauge measures the amount of rainfall in millimeters. We also looked at a model of a rain gauge, how it looks like. And also there is measuring of temperature, you know, using a thermometer, how a thermometer is used to measure temperatures in degrees Celsius. Lastly here, we have the 5 natural regions of Somaliland. You know, all of them. We looked at them, all of them actually, including the Golis region, the Guban region, all of them. So there were 5, and you have to master them because you are likely to get a question in asking for the 5 natural regions. That is the end of our revision. Remember, you will only get good marks, good grades if you do revision, if you revise. Don't wait until the exam day is when you want to revise. No, start revising as early as now. Have a nice time. Take care of yourself. See you.